Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring the daily trend for May 26, 2016, week 21 of the year. As always, please seek financial advisor when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. Support your knowledge in the market. See what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. Welcome, if this is your first time to the video. Let's jump right into, we're going to look at the three major indices, NQYM and ES, and as well as the crude. Actually, I have a little picture of the gold today for us. All right, as we're into week 21, it's not been a horrible week. Actually, got to kind of remember that we've had a pretty good start to the week, but as we draw into Friday's session, that's right, it's going to be GDP and Janet Yellen, so we exactly what we did today. Very small moves today. 4 setups only for a total of 48 ticks. No real runaway trends today. There's a big picture. The most for the session. Very choppy. Finding very small pockets of trend where you find, that's right, you're looking for 4 charts or 3 to 4 of these all in trend, and those are your highest probability of momentum. Not saying every time they run them, but higher probability, and that's the risk to trading. So 2 trends here, 2 setups at least. First one here, downside here at the around the European close, price action to the downside on all 4 charts. Count them up, 1 2 3 4 on a pullback here. 1 2 3 4 charts in and out, stop and break even, and wasn't going to let this chop and take you out for anything of a loss today. Second setup of the day was post lunchtime East Coast. There it was, 4 charts in the green on the NQ, nothing on the ES here, YM, I'm sorry, and it was the ES, 3 to 4 charts in the green, but immediately pulled back and didn't let anything get away there. All right, total of 48 ticks, not much to run, but again, we're pretty much up for the week. Not too bad, not too shabby if we go back up there. That's right, there we are, 15 setups, 320 ticks for the week. A little bit less on average, but not a bad week. All right, looking at the economic data for today, what do we have up? Taking a look, we had jobless claims, and that's right, pending home sales. Well, of course, our data for mortgages and new home sales was up, so as expected, pending home sales index, I believe, was going to be up today as well. Natural gas report up today, and it was the Fed speakers, Jerome Powell, and as we lead into tomorrow, GDP and Janet Yellen. So a little bit, we'll wrap up there. All right, let's take a look at the, let's start out with the AD line here. AD line, price action on the AD line. For the most part to the downside, but there it was pretty much sliding across. So a couple not bad moves to the downside, really never got any traction to the upside. So decliners in control from a high 750 here, actually starting around the pivot and flattening out here at 0 and not giving much of an opportunity upside. All right, let's jump into the 5-minute chart. Take a look at the 5-minute charts. It's price action again, same picture here. It's crude. Crude offering a little bit of a movement to the downside. Yesterday's this week's EIA report, but hitting that overnight at 50 bucks a barrel. Been a long time since we got in there. So there's your open today, 49.97. Hit the daily gap several times. Never really bounced back upside and finished around a calculated and daily line level on the chart called the average low based on a certain amount of days. Price action, high, low, and close. There it is, the average low today, 49.34. Very impressive. Take a look at the ES again. We just kind of waffled. 25-minute open range low really held the line today. Holding a little bit at the pivot, but really we closed around the today's open, so not much of a gain. Same thing picture on the YM, closing out pretty much between the pivot and the daily gap, finding a low, not really breaking the Globex low, and the NQ finding support at the 25-minute open range low. Very range bound today, guys. From the 25 high to the 25 low was only the small breakouts that offered any somewhat probability of a runaway, but never really got anything. Retraced and closed up near today's high. Take a look at the fib projections. Keep jumping over that. NQ never got a chance to get up to those target highs or lows. Only the YM tagged the low here, 781. A plotted line here each day in the charts based on yesterday's high, low, and close as well. 4 out of 5 days each week, guys. We tend to hit these. Just go back and watch the videos. Very impressive moves in the market. All right, taking a look at the daily gaps. Yeah, I know we keep leaving those daily gaps. Some of you out there saying, no, don't worry. Sometimes we're never going to close them. Hey, guys, when it comes to index markets, we close out these gaps. It's just that's the law of regular trading hours. I don't know who wrote it, but that's my law and that's my rule, and it tends to play itself out eventually. Now, whether they come and close themselves out now or they close themselves out in a year or 5 years, it doesn't matter. It's just the open gap, regular trading hours that says that price action, even in a Globex market, is going to come out and close these. So YM right now, 718, 528 downside, 77 down 25 to 39.75. So mark these on your charts, take a picture, and note that price action will eventually come and close. So when is the probability that we close them? Well, we'll take a look at the daily trend, but as far as right now, and including the 4-hour charts, right now we're in an uptrend, so we're not coming down anytime soon yet to close those out. Now, can we come all the way down tomorrow and tag 39.75? Absolutely. Market can crash tomorrow, but right now we're not set up with a high probability of doing that. Now, if we get into that situation where price action will turn around, then I will start to look at these levels as price closes or nears it. Then that might affect my intraday setup, or at least a contracts off. Regardless, they are and they exist. NQ down here at 48.75 behind, and the crude as it strolls up here. We've talked crude every day. 50.33 recent highs, pushing above 48.38 fib extension here. We have a fib extension as well as an open gap up here at 55.41. So price action still holding the upside. What's telling me that these are holding upside? Well, we'll see here in a little bit as we wrap up with the volume profile. Again, price action almost closing out that VPOC up here on the YM at 892, but 600-day VPOC, the magnet 670, ES just holding sideways today in lieu of tomorrow's speech as well as GDP, and price action holding upside on the NQ, 600-day VPOC down below. Crude just shifting sideways, but ever so high to $50 a barrel today, and there it is, 45.70 downside. So what's the chances of coming downside and getting those open gaps? Well, the first thing we look at is the daily big pick. There's the crude holding upside. Price action holds up above the 50 EMA. Well, no, that's highly unlikely at this point unless we start breaking each of these levels, 5200, 50 and 144 EMA. So as price action here on the 4-hour, we could see today's price action indecision followed by a downtrend. Right now the crude on a slight pullback here in a confirmed uptrend that we've been in for some time now as our Fibonacci draw upside here. And again, there's that 55.75 together with the level upside of an open gap. So I got two lines here upside that says probability continues as long as the T3 moving averages are moving upside. Intraday, a whole nother picture. Got to be ready in both directions. Not bad volume here on the crude today as price action just pretty much stalls out for the session. All right, but let's take a look at the daily trend. I'm sorry, we're going to come back to the daily pick in the end. Daily trend, there's crude price action again, opening up to the downside. Only two charts in the red, waiting for the best of setups. Was right here at about 10:45, and then right here, buy signal in the afternoon. Three charts as they pulled up above the T350 and 50 EMA for just a small sprint to the upside. And there's your crude. Oh, that's ES. I apologize. Take a look at ES. We usually begin with the crude. So there it is, ES to the downside. Again, same picture. Those trends didn't show up till the afternoon session. All right, taking a look at the NQ, we'll work ourselves backwards here. Price action on the NQ today, again, 51.44, pretty much hugging itself. So as we said, chopped session. And again, the afternoon session giving a little bit of a push-up, gave us the best of best entries there in the afternoon, about 1:20 post-Eastern Standard lunchtime. Early morning session, there it was. First 30 minutes of trading with 4 charts in the red, and there were the entries and setups. Taking a look at the YM, price action very similar, a little bit longer trending downside, and not really being able to get much movement in the afternoon, so nothing real in the YM. You got a sell signal here around 1050. As you can see, here we are 1050. The remainder of the session didn't go very far, really held below that T350. Is something we've been observing for the last couple weeks. Here you go, early morning session. So just pull this out, and you don't have much of a session except to the downside on the YM, so not too bad. You had 3 to 4 charts here in the red. There was the best of best setups, which didn't pull out much, and that's why we only took 10 ticks on the YM today. Take a look at the crude. There's where we were started. Crude, there it is. Crudy crude, downside. Price action here, you got something going. Price action pulls back. Patience, and bang, an hour and a half later to the downside. Soft pullback, another possible re-entry. Could have been a loss if you didn't get in right on time, as price action ended up pulling back. So these are the entries I'm looking for. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 50 below 144 for the majority of the session as it resumed that downtrend, and just really pretty much hugging out another opportunity here to the downside. Again, it's all how you manage the trade. If you get in, take one off, let one ride, or in and out. That's the way we do it, and that's brings you the highest probability. All right, so taking a look ahead, as we just went over the crude again, same picture, crude T3 moving averages holding upside as we went over before, and wrapping it up with the 3 major indices, the NQ, the ES, and the YM. T3 moving averages to the upside. That's right, T3 moving averages all across the board to the upside as we begin a new 4-hour session here. All confirmed upwards trends, 50 now above the 144s. If, for any reason, market starts to retrace on any news as we lead into next week in contract rollover, watch for the 50 MAs, as they are the closest, 2059 up here, followed by, well, actually, you're going to look at the 4-hour charts first for the 50 and the 144s, and then look to the 50 MAs on the daily charts for some support. That means we come back, we close out some daily open gaps, and might find some support at some Fibonacci levels as well. As long as we're now in a confirmed upward trend, any pullback, look for the support down here at the levels, then look to the 50 MA, and look to open gaps to close them out. Otherwise, look for the intraday setups, look for the highest probability in both directions. Hey, I forgot to jump in on that gold there. There it is. Not bad. If you didn't get it on the indices today, at least you got a picture on the gold there. 4 charts. Just took a picture here for you guys. Sell signal here to the downside. This was at, let's see what time this was. There you go, about 10:30. Price action, gold standard setup. Setup, 4 bars in the red. There you go. Solid Heikin-Ashi bars. There you go. 2 moving averages. That's all you need. Sitting under the VWAP here, you got volume VPOC. And ran it down to about the Globex low. Trends are trends, ticks are ticks. You just have to be patient for the setups. All right, looking ahead to tomorrow again, as we mentioned, watch that GDP, Red Star event, corporate profits and consumer sentiment, and then we should have the speech from Janet Yellen in the afternoon. So that will be something to watch for as we roll over into a holiday weekend and contract rollover in just a couple weeks. Boy, it's going to be a wonderful June month. All right, that concludes today's daily trend for the indices, crude, and a snapshot of gold today. Feel free to stop by at tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. My mantra of one simple strategy: any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on Twitter at tradingfibs. And as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I only trade what's in front of me and on my charts. And as always, leave your bias at the door when trading. Have yourself a blue zone day. Good day, good night, and good trading.